Hey everybody, my name is Mia and you're watching my channel Select Pages. In today's video, we're going to discuss probably one of the best books I've read in a very long time, and that is Winter by Marissa Meyer, the fourth and last book of the Lunar Chronicles. In this book here, they cover everything. It was never a dull moment in this book, let me tell you, okay? So, we regroup with Cinder and her crew, and they are trying to plan how to get onto Luna and start a rebellion so that Cinder can reclaim her throne as the Lunar Queen, which we find out she is actually the lost Princess Selene. And just from the first couple of chapters, they go into action. Usually in a book like this, it takes forever. Like, everything is like dragged out into like the epic climactic battle. But in this book here, they just jumped in and did it. And what I loved most about this also was it was like, it seemed so real. The characters was in real battle. The characters got hurt. They've been separated. They had to learn how to cope without all being with each other. Having each other's backs and everything like that. And it was just amazingly written, beautifully, and everything in that manner. Now, with Winter, the character of Winter, we find out that she is actually the cousin of Cinder. And she's, they follow the Snow White story in here. So, she's the lovable princess. She's gorgeous. Everyone loves her. But for whatever reason, Queen Lavanna, which I believe was her aunt, if I remember correctly. I think she was her aunt. She just despised her. No, I'm sorry. It was her stepdaughter. Duh. Anyways, she just despised her for whatever reason. And she made her, by using her lunar, like that mind control power thing, she made her scratch her face, and which was supposed to make her hideous. The people of Luna still loved her. As the book went on, we learned that Winter has these like hallucinations, and she talks about the palace walls are bleeding and all types of stuff like that. And she goes into these stages where she thinks she's like a frozen statue, or she just collapsed and it takes a minute to bring her back. So that was kind of interesting when it first started happening. The problem was, it just kept happening throughout the whole book, and it wasn't really explaining anything. At least to me, it just wasn't explaining anything. So when reading it, I was really kind of hoping that, okay, this is going to lead to something. What is it? What is it? What is it? And we never really know why she has these hallucinations. And I guess it's because the fact of she didn't want to use her lunar gift, her powers per se. And they explained that by saying she tried to save someone who wanted to commit suicide, and she like kind of brainwashed them for them not to, commit suicide. And, it just didn't turn out too good. The girl she tried to stay still wound up killing herself. And from that point on, Princess Winter was like, she's not going to use her powers no more. And because of the fact that she didn't use them, I'm guessing that's what kind of made her go a little crazy, if you could put it that way. Anyways, going through the story with her, like I said, she was just a lagging character for me. We didn't really see her use her powers until like towards the end, when it was to save Jason, the guard that she loved. The same guard who betrayed Cinder in the last book, but really he only did it because he was protecting Princess Winter, who he was in love with. And those two characters also, those were probably the only two, like I said, that probably like dragged in the book. They dragged out their relationship. It was the whole, I love you, but I can't be with you, and all of that stuff. It was kind of like, let's move on, let's get on back to the battle, But, so like I said, she uses her powers to save him, and it really messes with her. Like, I think she really does go crazy afterwards. And when I read that part, I was kind of like, this is it. Like, that was like the big hurrah for Winter. So that was probably the only thing that I was disappointed in this book. I mean, it is titled Winter, and I thought it was going to be like her powers was just going to like surpass like everyone, or there was going to be something that she did and like saved everybody. but it wasn't. I could be wrong. I couldn't be interpreting it wrong. If you have any thoughts about that, make sure that you leave it down below, because I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But other than that, everything was great. I want to also discuss the character of Aiko, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her name, the android. Her character development was also amazing. She went from like the escort, no, I'm sorry, the maid android of her house, of the household, to like a full-fledged member of the crew. She was super psyched when she got her new body, and it was like from that point on, it was like she became human, and she would have done anything for anybody. And just her connection with Cinder, she would give her life for Cinder in a heartbeat, which shows, you know, true human emotion and friendship, and you know, everything else that comes with that. So at first she was kind of like the annoying sidekick to me, but I really wind up loving her at the end of this series. And like I said, that was just perfect character development. We also have the Cinder and Kai relationship, which, you know, when the first few chapters of the book, we find out that they actually are together. They don't actually say that they're boyfriend and girlfriend, but you get that they're together because they're like making out in the maintenance room and all of that. But that was like another thing that I loved about this book, was it wasn't dragged out. It was okay, but look, we know that they're going to be together. Then let's go ahead and just put them together and do this. As for Thorn and Cress, theirs was kind of drawn out, but it wasn't like that tacky, like, oh my god, would these two just admit that they like each other kind of thing. It was like the kind of sense of like another good character development in Thorn, saying that, yo, I love you, but you know, I still got a lot of growing up to do. And you know, Cinder being trapped on that satellite for about 7-8 years, she really doesn't know what love is, and she may feel differently later, but for all she knows right now, she loves Thorn, and she tries her best not to show it, but it's like written all over their faces. And it was just, I just liked it. It was just like, it was believable to me. As for the relationships, now as for the battle scenes, I absolutely love the battle scenes. Everything, like I said, it just seems so real. I loved how well, I'm not gonna say I loved how, but I just really liked how Marissa Meyer made the characters get hurt. You know, we had, you know, Cinder. There's a scene where Cinder is in the throne room, and like everybody is coming. Levana got everybody and her guards coming after her, and Cinder has to like jump out the window, like action movie style, to save her life as she falls into the lake and she almost drowns. You have Cress, who was later in another scene, she was like stabbed in the stomach. Thorn got his finger shot off. Everybody just, it just seems so real. I'm sorry I can't put it no other way, but it was just real, and I was glued to it the whole time. Even as for the ending, you know, we find out that Cinder defeats Queen Levana, and Cinder gets stabbed, but she shoots Levana. And that's pretty much how they wrapped that up. Oh, even on a side note, Levana's backstory about why she became who she was, I don't know if they discussed this in Ferris. I didn't read Ferris, and you best believe that I will. But, you know, she explained how Cinder's mother was, you know, mean to her and made her do all types of stuff with their lunar gifts and everything. And that's why she was how she was. Even that was amazing. It was like that one tiny little thing that makes you kind of feel for the villain to know why they're doing this. It was just different. I can't say that I've seen that in any other books that I've read recently, but I just love that. And like I said, for that one little moment, I was like, oh, Levana. Okay, now back to the battle, you know. But even like I said, just wrapping that up, you know, Celine becomes, you know, queen. And she kind of goes into it gracefully. She knows that there's a lot that she has to do, and she really doesn't know where to start, but she's like tackling what she wants, the main stuff that she knows that needs to be done. Another thing with this book, you know, it discusses, how can I put it, like discrimination. Because, you know, she's like, well, you know, I want Earth and Luna to be coexisting together. And then she's even like, even back on Earth, she wants, you know, you know, the discriminations against cyborgs and actual humans and androids. She was like, why can't we all just live together in peace? And I think that's like a very strong message to give off in a book like this, because it like I said, it deals with those same issues that we deal with today. And to think like, you know, this is like the distant future, and those are things that we still those are issues that we're still going to be dealing with later. So I don't know if that was her intentions or what, but that's just what I gathered from it. Other than that, like I said, the book was just so awesome. Like I said, I just loved how everything that I did not expect to happen happened, you know. And even like the fact of Kai marrying Lavonda, like, you knew that that was going to be a part of the book, but once again, I thought that was going to be something that was going to be dragged out. Like every time they had the ceremony, something will happen. And I think that it did happen once, but the second time, Lavonda was like, I ain't having this. We're getting married. I don't care how this is going down. You know, lucky for Kai, she's dead now. So anyways, once again, like I said, it was just an awesome book. I encourage you all to read it, the Lunar Chronicles. This, like I said, will be part of the top whatever favorite book series of all times for me. Absolutely love it. Okay, and with that, I just want to say thank you for watching. Leave all your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.